finish the gate.
Like I say, we'll probably just do nothing at all. Welcome back. After a lot of work this winter in bringing this orchard back to life and pruning and giving the trees some much needed TLC, well, this is where we get to reap the reward. It's apple harvest time, which means we get to indulge in one of our favourite family autumnal traditions, making our very own apple juice. Hello and welcome to the weekend. It is a Saturday afternoon and we are gonna, what would you call it, darling?
It's like apple juice harvest day.
We
do it once a year.
I love that. We're going to harvest the apples from the orchard. It's the third time we'll have done this. So we've got all the kit. You'll see us using it.
Yeah.
And I think I've got everything. We've got it down to a fine art. This is like a workbench that I use for the press. Is that a press? That's not a press. That's the press. What's this called?
It's got a name. It's got a name. I can't remember. I'll remember it in a minute.
And I've got a spare table from my studio that we're going to put the juicer on.
Chickens are out, and we'll give the chickens some of the pulp afterwards because I love that.
Yeah, totally. And what we're hoping is while we're down in the orchard, the chickens who are out having a little forage are going to hear us and come and join us.
I might call them down with some mealworms. Yeah. See if they want to come.
So I'll see you down there. Apple juice time!
Let's head down. So we're actually, whilst we walk down, I'll just say we're actually doing this a lot earlier than we did last year. We typically do this in October, and I think we have done it in like kind of up to mid-October. I think the first year when I bought the stuff. But this is mid-September, and the apple trees are just heaving with fruit. So before we have any kind of high winds or storms that knock everything off and it would be harder, we're going to do it now. This is very exciting. It's like a date in our diary every year, which I really love. So yeah, apple juice day. It's very exciting. We get the kids involved. They normally like me to make a whole big loads of batches of apple sauce as well for the coming months, which I do. I've already done one batch, to be honest. And yeah, let's go and have a look at some of these trees. This is the kids' favourite eater. This one's dead. This one is so old but has done so well. Glorious. And then the one in the corner, the kids absolutely adore as well. Here we go, here's Mister. We'll get cracking. Is that your spot?
I thought we'd set up here for no other reason other than for the lovely viewers. They've got the burn in the background. So let's get cooking. Welcome to our apple processing station. In the previous years we've done this in the kitchen, but I figured it's always quite messy. So why not just do it here in the orchard? You can probably hear off camera, the kids are doing a brilliant job of de-appling this tree, which is, by God, it's got some giant apples on it.
They're amazing.
And they're kind of like, you pointed out, they're like the snow white ones. Look at these.
Yeah,
well done, guys. Yeah,
beautiful. Well Sammy, come down to be with us because she's amazing. She's my absolute favourite chicken. I love her so much. Right, sorry.
So I've got these things which are for clipping wood onto things, which I use to attach to this workbench here. And then you put your apples in there, you turn this, it all looks very Victorian, but it's brilliant, it's really nicely made, and that pulps them up, and the pulp lands down there. Step 2 is, you bung the pulp into your press, and there's a turny thing that pushes down, goes down this screw, and the juice gets pushed out into our jug bowl and becomes the most delicious apple juice you've ever tasted.
Honestly,
in your life.
It is insanely good.
And what we haven't done, which I don't think we're ever going to do, is do one set of juice per tree.
No.
We just tend to mix
blend.
them all up together.
Just do an orchard blend.
And it's a really nice blend.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this today for apple juice. There's a slight chance me and Becky may come back tomorrow to do a cider batch, because we've got a cider making kit.
Yeah, we've never tried that.
But that just depends, honestly, on how much we can be asked.
That's very true.
So let's see how today goes first.
Also, we like, well, we call our Sundays. Have you talked about Belgian Sundays on here yet?
I don't know if I have, but that's quite appropriate to the good life. Rebecca, tell us about Belgian Sundays.
When we lived in Belgium, which was an awesome 2 years of our lives, I don't know if it's because it's a predominantly Catholic culture, but basically everything's shut on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Supermarkets, shops, everything. The bakery's open in the morning, so I used to go down to the bakery and get some bits. But other than that, everything's closed. So we started to call it Belgian Sunday because you're not running around doing errands, you're not doing a shop, you're not doing kids clubs, you can't do anything. So we loved it and we just called it Belgian Sunday, and we've tried to protect it.
Having
here
experienced
and
it
since we came home,
we realised, having tried it, that it really suited us.
Yes.
And that, you know, we're not church people, we don't go to church on a Sunday, but it's nice to keep one day where you
it's
are
just family and it's
not going to
relaxed,
do anything.
and you can choose what you do with your time. So for us, it's predominantly cooking, reading the papers, just reading, maybe some board games with the kids, maybe it's a project out here, some gardening or something, a walk, a beach trip.
Apple processing, you know?
One of the things.
Yeah, so today's Saturday, tomorrow's Sunday. We may do some work on the cider, or we may not.
Yeah, or you might do some weeding around the greenhouse.
As I say, we may do something on the cider, or we may just do a Belgian Sunday and do nothing at all.
What you could finish the gate.
Like I say, we'll probably just do nothing at all. All right, so we're ready to do the first bit, which is what you just looked it up. It's called a scratter, is it?
It's called an apple scratter.
All right, let's scrat. So, off camera, son, chuck me a couple of apples. Nice one. We're just making sure there's no insects, so that, you know, I'm not going to wash it in the burn or anything because there's farm runoff in there, but we want to maintain natural yeasts and such. So we're just chucking these in. Nice. One more. Love it.
Just to say, our local farmer is organic, but we're right at the end of a burn, so you don't know what's in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to scrat. Is this called scratting, or is this just a scratter?
It's an apple scratter. I don't know if this is called scratting.
Okay, well...
Let's call it scratting.
Let's
Why
call
not?
it scratting, and these are the scratties.
Right.
And I love this sound.
Look, can you see?
There you go. And it starts to pulp.
So I'm just going to say, what we do is we collect it, and we'll give this to the chickens later, because they'll love that as an extra little diet boost. So yeah. Sammy is our OG warrior chicken, and she's really happy down here, just getting her fill. Good girl.
Okay, so we've already got juice coming out just from putting it on here, which is insane. I might turn it around so that it's facing down the slope. But anyway, here we go. Here's the scratted pulp going into our, I believe they call it a cake, don't they?
Well, it becomes a cake, doesn't it, as we press it?
Yeah.
And then we'll squeeze the juice out and we can give the cake back to the chickens. Oh my God, I can hear our son really struggling with the chickens. I might go and help him. Oh, look at that.
What are we trying to do with the chickens? Get them back?
Get the other two in, because they're in the kitchen garden digging up my seeds.
Oh no, get out.
Exactly.
Get out, chooks. Right. Put that under there, and off we go. Right. We're dealing with off-screen chicken drama. It's all lovely letting them out free range, but then they go in the kitchen garden and all hell breaks loose. Right, so here we go. So we've got these two bits that go on here like this.
Yeah.
And then this bit goes on here like this. You can, and then in the future you can build it up with wood, but we don't need to on the first pass.
No.
Bung that on like this. Whee! And then you just start turning it with this, and it, look, just look in here. Got the odd bit in there, but that's fine. But just look at how quickly it becomes this
so
golden brown juice that is just, I mean, you'll have to just trust us. It's the nectar of the gods, and that's why we do it every year. It's just such a lovely autumn tradition.
It is.
You know.
It just feels really like wholesome. It feels like I'm in like Midwest America or something.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not buying something with sulfites in it, in a plastic bottle that's done loads of food miles. Again, this is, I mean, this is not a particularly revolutionary thing I'm about to say, but the simpler the pleasure, the more joy you feel in it, I think. And it's just, what could be simpler?
This tree is so spectacular. What a great year this tree has had.
Right, I'm going to get some wood under there because it's
Yep.
got a lot more juice to give. Here comes a wasp. I wondered how beset we would be by these things because it's, of course, wasp season. No thanks. No thanks. So, is Becky having a go at the old juicing?
I like this bit.
Yeah, it's very satisfying. You'll start to see it coming out of here. Ow! You got me in the head. Brilliant. I mean, if that's not a view, then what sort of a view is there? Burn in the background. Just making apple juice. There it comes. Look, here it comes. Pure golden goodness.
It's amazing. I really love this process.
Yeah. And it always it's so weird because they're all different apples, but it always comes out that sort of browny goldeny colour.
It does, and it's just so... I've never tasted anything like it. It's so sweet, but it's just got no rubbish in it. It's delicious.
Mm. Well, in between cakes, as it were, you press it and press it and press it until you can press no more. And then you've got to, what I used to do was chuck it down the bank near the kitchen garden. And I was always worried about it attracting rodents and stuff. So I've come up with a better technique. Good firm grip on the bottom. Watch this. What a bloody miss. You can see why we decided to move it out to the orchard, but my goodness, we've been at it for about an hour. We've done, I don't know, something like 7 or 8 cakes worth. Got loads of juice, more than we've ever had before. And that is this year's supply of apple juice from the orchard. Becky and I were just discussing, probably not going to be asked to do cider tomorrow, but what we do think is there's going to be another session of this in a couple of weeks. Because look, we've barely even made a dent. So yeah, we're probably going to get all this lot out again in a couple of weeks. But that's been a really lovely autumnal thing to do. Everyone's happy. And it's made 2 full mason cash bowls worth. That's double what we made last year, and that's just our first session. And now we're about to sample the delights. Cheers. Let's try it. It's so good. So there you have it. That's 3 whole bottles of the best drink on the planet. And Becky had the clever idea of us freezing some in a plastic bottle, ready for Christmas morning. Definitely worth all the time and effort, and it's not just a beautiful drink, it's bottled family memories. Thanks for watching. See you next week on Learning the Good Life.